Hi guys, today we have Devops SRE situational interview question, still technical, number 214. The situation given for this interview question is the following. We run some kind of video gaming company, and we put the waiting users or players in a virtual lobby that's in a Redis cache, and we match them with another player given certain parameters, and they get matched. But the problem is sometimes we notice during heavy traffic that the same player is matched with two other players at the same time. So that's a problem that occurs sometimes, and we want to first prevent it from happening, and two, we want to have some kind of dashboard or some kind of observability chart that measures how good our solution is working. It's a two-part question. How do you solve it, and how do you keep track that it's actually, your solution is actually working, right? It's a two-part question. If you want to think about the answer in your own head, please pause the video. In the meantime, I will remind you to please subscribe to the channel. That really helps me a lot, and it doesn't cost you a thing, but it just helps me a lot. All right, back to the question. So before you say, oh, all I'm going to do is use the log, sure, that's an answer, but it's a very simple answer. So that is probably not going to impress the interviewer, especially if the job is going to be senior level, right? So you want to move at least one level deeper and say the word, some of the keywords, right? So you're going to use a distributed Redis log. That's a little bit a better answer, but even better answer is you're going to use something called SETNX command on Redis when the application is actually matching a user with another user. So what that is basically it is in the database or in another Redis instance where you're keeping track of the games where the players are playing. You only add that user to a game if it doesn't already exist, and that's what that parameter is. So if you mention that gives you basically a layer 3 or level 3 kind of answer that should impress the interviewer from your solution. So yeah, a log, a distributed Redis log, and also SETNX parameter to be set whenever we're assigning a user ID to the game database or game pairing database. So those are the answers. Now that you have the solution, how do you keep track? So one way, and there are multiple ways here, but one way is for the applications to report the error whenever this parameter is backed up. Like if it tries to get a distribution log, it can't get the log. That means this situation happened even though it didn't impact the players, right? The other way of is actually counting how many times this SETNX is failing, and you map that in a dashboard of some sort, like a Grafana dashboard or something like that. And over time, you can see how many times these things are happening. If the answer is, if the dashboard shows close to a 0, that means you know that the solution is working and it's not actually recreating the problem that you were trying to solve in the first place. All right, I hope you found this useful. If you did, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.